Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 14 of the June daily draws. So let's see what message we get as we start the weekend. And I'll be taking the first card from the Good Fortune Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. We have the Queen of Cups. Are we taking care of our emotional needs? Maybe over the weekend we can do some self-care. Are we looking after ourselves? And also bear in mind that I say emotional care because it's cups and, the emotional aspect of things. But let's also remember that our physical well-being is tied in to got an itch on my ear. I don't know if I've got something in it or what. Anyway, that can affect our emotions. If we're tired, that can make us a little bit more irritable. So we may need to recuperate physically, because that can have an emotional impact upon ourselves. It can, affect our minds or our mental state. It can affect our emotions, and the way around too. And our emotions can affect our physical body as well. Everything is connected and can affect each other. And that's what we need to bear in mind. That's what we need to consider when we're thinking about self-care, when we're thinking about taking care of ourselves, emotionally, the way that we feel about things. It's about developing and nurturing ourselves first and foremost. It's caring for ourselves, and then perhaps overflowing that care and that compassion to others. But it's got to flow from within us. It's got to start with us to be able to spring forth. It's difficult and tiring to care for other people when we don't take care of ourselves. So it's not that we're being selfish. It's that we're doing what's necessary in order to be able to be at our best and to function in the most effective way. That's what self-care is all about. That's what the Queen of Cups would tell us. And let's not neglect our emotional state too. Let's admit how we feel. We don't have to stay that way. But at least let's connect with our emotions, connect with our emotional state, about how we feel, about situations, people. Let's be honest. It takes honesty, it takes awareness, and it takes courage sometimes to connect with these issues. But it's maybe time for us to get real from an emotional point of view in our lives, in our relationships, to nurture good relationships, to nurture wellness within ourselves. So let's be open to receiving the care, the emotional healing, whatever it may be that we need to renew ourselves, rejuvenate ourselves. Let's embody the energy of the Queen of Cups by being full of care and being caring for ourselves first, and then overflowing that out to others. So listen to that inner voice, listen to your emotions, connect with them, connect with how you feel about certain things, it informs you about how you are relating to that person or that issue. It gives you feedback that's necessary. And yes, emotions can be a changing thing, like the tides of the sea, the ebbs and the flows of the ocean, where she sat there. But we need to start somewhere. We need to know what the current feeling is for us to be able to change the tide, to roll back the tide where necessary, to change the nature of how we're connecting. We need to know the starting point. So let's connect to ourselves emotionally and spiritually. Let's take care of ourselves and our emotional, mental, and physical needs, and then we can relate that to caring and connecting with other people, and trying to nurture good, positive relationships with others. But it starts by having a good and positive relationship with ourselves. Okay, let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. My Aphie is going to kick in now, just as I'm recording. I've not been sneezing for the past 2 hours. Here we go. Sun salutation. Wow. Wow, that's a really going through the trees. We've got the butterfly there, which is about change and transformation. Look at her hair flowing. It almost looks serpent-like. And it's almost like we're shedding, like a snake would shed its skin, shedding the bits that are outdated, the things that we need to be rid of to get that more positive look, to change us. Praise the temple that carries your spirit. Support is needed. Giving yourself support. The temple that carries your spirit is yourself, your body, your physical representation of who you are. Is contains everything. You are contained within the physical body, and that's why we need to take care of it to be able to function effectively. Let things flow better, and like a snake would shed its skin, get rid of the bits that don't need us. Don't hang on to things that you don't need anymore, and change the way that you feel by a set of intention that that's what you're going to do. But you must first connect with yourself in order to do that and to become aware of how you're feeling about things. And that is the message for today. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 15. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.